Good morning students. So we are back again with another video on HPSC English Literature. Of course, in this video we are going to talk about the common doubts from the students that I am getting every day on my WhatsApp official number of Limitless Literature. So let's first discuss about the exam structure. We don't know yet how many seats are available for each category in HPSC. We also don't know how many students will take the English Literature examination. So if you are confused how many students are sitting for EWS category, general category, SC category, ST category and other categories, then please do not worry about these categories right now, because we do not have any much information about it. There might be some information about total candidates, the total number of candidates who are appearing for HPSC, including all the subjects, physical education, chemistry, physics, English, every subject, but nothing showing numbers by category. Okay, so don't worry about this, just focus on your studies. Next we have the competition level. Don't take the exam for granted just because JRF and UGC net qualified students will sit for this particular examination. We have 4 to 5 candidates who have already qualified the JRF examination and they are sitting for this HPSC examination. They are getting the coaching of subjective type questions that we are giving to the students, but now the batch is closed because of a lot of students are there and it is impossible for me to check the question paper of every student. So do not take this for granted. Everyone appearing for this exam is already has a good command of the subject. The competition will be strong with well prepared candidates who have advanced knowledge of English literature. You need to match or exceed this level of preparation to stand out among qualified competitors of UGC net. Remember that many applicants have already cleared this national level examination, so your preparation needs to be thorough and distinctive. So now let's discuss the expected difficulty level. You see, a lot of students are asking whether the English literature examination will be tough or easy. So you see, other HPSC subjects that has already been conducted. Today also we have the examination of zoology or botany or many other subjects are there, which is going to be conducted throughout this month, and the next month we will be having English literature examination. So all these examination which has already been conducted, we have seen the difficulty level from easy to moderate. So we expect English literature to be moderate, but it is smart to study as if the exam will be tough, because if you are studying, if you are well prepared for the worst question paper, then it will give you an edge. If the question paper is easy, then what you have expected, you will do great. Let's talk about the study strategy. So stick to the syllabus. Yes, the new syllabus that is already been prescribed by HPSC. Stick to the syllabus. This is very important. Yes, there is a note about history, like the candidate's knowledge must also be tested by asking questions from history, movements and trends in English. They will ask you about the famous literary movements, Bibles, magazines, prize award winners. It is recommended cover the common events from Anglo-Saxon to post-modern period. If you do so, then it will be good. Stick to the syllabus. Whatever they have prescribed in the syllabus, that is your first major priority. So study all the works in the syllabus deeply, the poems, the plays, the novels, the non-fiction, unit 1 to 4. All these are units very important for HPSC English literature students. Many students ask me if they should study extra material. Okay, so you don't have to study anything outside the syllabus. First, master the syllabus. The syllabus itself is huge, and only think about the extra materials after you have covered the syllabus well and made good notes that you have reviewed many times. At least 10 to 15 times revise the syllabus so that you do not get any questions wrong in the examination. Now here we have the revision strategy. Revise at least 10 times. Revision is key to success. Take our mock test series on the Limitless Literature application. We have just released 4300 plus MCQs on HPSC screening test. Also solve the UGC net previous year questions, because UGC net gives easy to moderate and sometimes even tough questions. So they are at good level and help you practice the questions that are in your syllabus of HPSC. The more you practice, the better you will have the chances to make the intelligent guessworks in the examination. Let's work on the areas that you have to work on for sure. The first is the theory. I'm talking about literary theory. Study everything from literary theory. Even if it is not mentioned in the syllabus, study the complete literary theory. Of course, they have mentioned about the cultural studies and a few topics from literary theory. You have to pay the special attention to all these topics that are given in the syllabus. But then this section is very scoring. Many questions from this unit are predictable. Yes, it is very predictable. If you have been through all feminism, Marxism and everything, you have good chances that you have good accuracy in the examination. I have seen students getting literary theory questions right with 95% accuracy, with 97% accuracy. Like if there will be 30 questions from literary theory or 20 questions from literary theory, you might be able to answer more than 25 questions out of 30, or more than 17 questions or 16 questions out of 20 questions from literary theory. Make sure that your literary theory is strong, because it is very scoring and you have higher chance to secure marks from this particular area. Of course, you have to learn the summaries of all the works prescribed in the syllabus of HPSC. If you have time, try to read the actual novels or text. As I have already mentioned that UGC NET qualified students, JRF qualified students are going to appear for this particular examination. So you have to build an edge. So in order to build the edge, you all have to do is to read the actual novels if you have time. First you have to cover the summaries, but if you have time, like you can read 20 pages before sleeping at night. If you want to relax, while relaxing you can do read a novel. The more you read the original works, the better your chance of answering correctly. I would suggest you to start with the short books, those novels which are under 100 pages, those dramas which are under 100 pages. They are easier to manage. Of course, you have to read the poems daily. The poem section, the unit 2 poetry, you have to read it every day. Like there will be a question, there will be a line from Philip Sidney's sonnet, and they will give you the 4 options: sonnet 2, sonnet 3, sonnet 4, sonnet 5 of Astrophel and Stella. So you will get confused. That is why reading aloud at least 10 times, 12 times, again and again and again and again, that will help you to remember from which line the poem has been taken. Alright, so additional preparation is like you have to study for subjective examination right now, because when you start preparing for the subjective exam, if you crack the screening test, you will have very little time to prepare for the subjective exam. So even if you qualify screening test and if you are not prepared for the subjective test, then the chances are bleak. But then right now, if you start practicing the answers regularly, it will strengthen your understanding of the works and improves your ability to solve even MCQs for screening test. So you are preparing like the poems, but I have already discussed just now in the previous slide. So when you are preparing for the subjective test, you are memorizing the poems, and that is automatically and indirectly going to help you in the screening test solving the questions from MCQs. Because when you are preparing for subjective test, you are also remembering some of the dialogues from the plays, you are remembering some of the plays, you are working on the writing style, you are working on the literary technique of the authors. So that is already going to help you indirectly for the MCQs for the screening test of HPSC English Literature examination. So these are things that you have to remember. And if you have any other common doubt, do let me know in the comment section below. And we will see you soon in the next video. Subscribe to Limitless Literature HPSC 4300 plus MCQs mock test series. And 10 to 12 topics are left remaining. We have updated a lot of questions over there. Of course, no course is perfect. but that is going to help you a lot if you start revising with the help of the mock test series that we have updated on the Limitless Literature mobile application. Alright, so I will see you soon in the next video. That's it for this. Thank you.